Breaking news. Army has finally exposed Shekau's lies. A security expert, Richard Murphy, has said that the killing of 135 Boko Haram terrorists in the Timbuktu Triangle around northeast Nigeria has exposed the terror group's leader, Abubakar Shekau, as a liar who is now under pressure to maintain an influence he's never had. Murphy, who spoke against the background of the series of military operations that resulted in the killing of the terrorists on the last weekend, noted that the development has forced Shekau into a situation where he could be killed by his own commanders owing to the repeated losses they have suffered. According to Murphy, the pace at which the Nigerian military is going has made it clear that any terrorist that does not personally broke a deal to surrender itself is most likely to end up like those that have been killed in recent operations. Interestingly, there is a facet that some analysts are not seeing in the present military operations. These Boko Haram terrorists are being killed as they flee the battlegrounds. It is not that they are being rebelled in the course of attacking a military base. It is not that they were killed while springing an ambush or launching a surprise attack against troops. They are being decimated by an army that took the war to them in their hideouts. I have an explanation for this. Is it that fundamental changes in a way that Boko Haram terrorists and their commanders are yet to appreciate? They have lost the capacity to retreat into neighboring Chad after launching attacks in Nigeria, and the same can be said of Niger and even Cameroon. The Nigerian military also took delivery of certain hardwares, which was not the case as at the time decision makers in the West were being swarmed by fabricated human rights violations reports, and the compelling leadership exhibited by the Nigerian Army Chief General Buratai, and you begin to get a picture of why Shekau will do well to close shops, possibly consider a surrender if that window is still open. The security experts posited. He said the number of terrorists killed by government troops is in recent weeks have exposed Shekau, notorious liars that have spoiled his minions to their deaths of the ongoing wars being waged against their insurgents. Murphy explained that war is not all about the bombs and the bullets. It also entails psychological warfare, which is what propaganda is directed at achieving. This must have been what Shekau thought he was doing when he recorded the latest audio he published. But within hours of the clip making it to be public, it became apparent that it was a bad call, even the mix of situations he currently faced. The desperation showed through that just as each sentence of the recording is now proven to be a lie. Shekau lied that he was not considering any decision to surrender. Yes, in the business he is currently engaged in, he wouldn't say any other thing otherwise until the final whistle, which we are not likely to wait for given the decision that now dominates his camp. From all indications, he is on the run, and his capacity to do any further fight with the troops is zero. He has lost over 300 men in just 1 month, and such a rogue wants the world to believe that he is still able to fight. That is not correct. He is finished, and his end has come, he declared. The security expert, however, said that the Nigerian army must sustain its offensive against the terrorists to ensure coverage is impossible for them, while noting that the country had given Shekau enough time to surrender while he failed to take up the offer, even though it was presented several times. He warned that the army must fight and ensure that the last terrorist is killed and not allowed to escape in Chad or any other neighboring nation. Nigeria must learn from the past in two different respects. The first is that any terrorist left behind in this onslaught is like the rhizome of an invasive plant left in the soil. Given enough time and the right conditions, it will grow and take over the whole world and hold the place. This is what happened each time the military defeats Boko Haram and leaves behind some remnants of the fighters. The second thing Nigeria must learn from is that history of Boko Haram itself. If you kill its founder or leader without mopping up the followers, they will always find a madman to lead them into battle, Murphy stated. Thank you, viewers, for listening to this news. Wow. As you can see, you can hear for yourself that Shekau has been lying ever since. He has never been sincere. He has been lying to the government. If not for the help of the army, if not for the help of Murphy that exposed him and find out his mission, and find out that he has been lying to the federal government. May God continue to be with us all. And I pray for Nigerian Chief of Army that the Lord will console them for the loss of their beloved mothers. I pray that they will never die as they have gone to help Nigerians to rescue Nigerians from this Boko Haram. God can never leave his children alone, never, because you defending over 200 million citizens. All of you will surely be safe. The same way you left, that's the same way you come back alive. No life of Nigerian armies will lost in this war. Capacity to win the battles shall envelop your life in Jesus' mighty name. I don't need to say much about this. All I need is prayers. All we need is prayers for this army. As they go back, their purpose of going there will never be in vain, and they will come back hale and healthy. That is it. The Chadian president about Boko Haram, and that made it difficult to extirpate the Boko Haram by efforts of Nigerian army. Now that God has created confusion between Shekai and his host, and his host president, then God will destroy all of them one after the other. This God is not a confucianist God. He's a God that saves his children. Fine, he's a God of patience, but when he starts striking those wicked ones, he will strike once and not one after the other. Strike them once, and that is what God do. Whenever he wants to punish anybody that have refused, or that have been killing, or that have been making life miserable for his children, That is what God is for. So there is nothing about Shekai that is hidden. Army, this army don't travel that far only to expose him, to kill or get him alive. So let him stop stop stressing himself about Shekau. I know that God has has really dealt with him wherever he is. That is it. I know that he's going to be exposed and be brought to book, because God is not a wicked God. God can't just watch his people to keep perishing just like that without dealing with that person that is behind it. So viewers, what is your take on this news? Your comment is very needed. Drop them below the comment box. Click on the subscription button as well as the bell button to receive updates whenever I publish new videos. Thank you.